Hi, welcome to English Hamster. Are you learning English? Great. Here we learn through stories. They are simple and interesting. You can improve English while learning knowledge. Remember to subscribe, like and comment. Let's get started.
Hello, my friends. Thank you for listening to me today. I am happy you are here. Every day you listen and you practice. You try to speak like me. This is called shadowing. It helps you learn faster. Now I have a question for you. Do you have days when you do not want to do anything? You wake up. You know you should study or work or clean your room, but you do nothing. You look at your phone. You tell yourself, I will do it later. I know this feeling very well. It is like a heavy blanket on your body. You are not lazy. You are just stuck. You want to change, but you are afraid of the work. Many people wait for motivation. They think, I will start when I feel happy and strong. But motivation is shy. It often comes after you start, not before. Have you said these words? I will do it when I feel better. I will start on Monday. These thoughts are quiet thieves. They steal your time, they take your progress. One day becomes 1 week. 1 week becomes 1 month. You feel guilty and tired. The longer you wait, the harder it feels to begin. This is a secret. Sometimes when we rest, we are not really resting. We are hiding from our fears. We are afraid to fail. We are afraid people will not like our work. But remember, you do not need to be ready to start. You only need to begin. Take one small step. Open your book. Write one sentence. Walk for 5 minutes. This small action breaks the power of fear. Your feelings will follow your actions. You will feel a little better. You will feel a little stronger. Do not wait for the perfect time or the perfect feeling. The perfect time is now. Think about a small seed in the ground. It does not wait for perfect sun and perfect rain. It just starts to grow. It pushes through the dark soil to find the light. You are like that seed. Your dreams need action to grow. If you feel stuck today, remember this. You do not need to run. You only need to take one step. One small step leads to another step. Slowly, your quiet stillness will turn into strength. Have you ever said, I will start when I feel ready? It sounds like a good plan, but waiting can become a bad habit. It looks safe, but it eats your confidence from inside. Sometimes waiting is good. We need time to think or to rest. But often, waiting is just fear wearing a clever mask. Fear says, wait for a better time. But the truth is there is no perfect time, there is only now. When you wait too long, you lose 2 things. You lose time and you lose trust in yourself. Every time you delay, a small voice in your head says, see, you cannot do it. That voice becomes louder each day. This is not about feeling guilty. It is about understanding yourself. Every time you choose to act or to wait, you teach your brain a lesson. If you always wait, your brain learns, later is better. But if you act, even in a small way, your brain learns, I can do this. Have you seen how time feels different when you wait? Days feel the same. You are busy, but you do nothing important. You have dreams, but they stay in your head. It is like waiting for a bus. You stand at the bus stop, but you never get on. You wait for the perfect bus, but life does not wait for you. Other people get on different buses. They move forward. They are not better than you. They just decided to start the journey. The cost of waiting is quiet. You do not see it until it is too late. The job you wanted is gone. The language you wanted to learn feels more difficult. Your good idea, someone else did it. But do not feel sad about the past. See it clearly. Learn from it. When you see what waiting has cost you, you will love action more. Think about planting a seed. You do not wait for every day to be sunny. You plant it. You give it water. You believe it will grow. If you wait for perfect weather, the seed will never become a tree. Your goals are the same. They grow through small, imperfect actions. not through perfect timing. Every small step makes your future confidence stronger. So, if you are waiting for the right feeling, the right day, or the right sign, maybe this is your sign. This normal, quiet moment is enough to begin. When you start, you take back your power. You stop waiting for life to begin. You become the person who starts living now. We often think, first feeling, then action. But what if it is the opposite? What if action creates the feeling? Remember the last time you did not want to clean your room. At first, it seemed like a big, difficult task. But after you started for 5 minutes, it felt easier. Your energy changed. You thought, why did I wait so long? This is because action changes how you feel. You do not need to wait for motivation. You can make it yourself. Our bodies and minds are connected. When your body moves, your mind follows. You can be tired or sad, but if you take one small step, like stretching or writing one word, your mood can change. It is like lighting a small candle in a dark room. You do not need to fight all the darkness. Just light the candle. The room feels different immediately. There is magic in starting before you feel ready. You show your brain that you can move even when your feelings say no. You learn that feelings are not always true. You might feel tired, but you are not weak. You might feel scared, but you can still act. Most people believe motivation, right arrow action. But the real truth is action, right arrow motivation. If you wait for the perfect feeling, you will wait forever. But if you take one small step, the good feeling will come to meet you. Let's think about learning English. Some days you do not feel like studying, but if you listen to one short podcast or write one sentence, you feel a little proud. You think, I can do a little more. This is how momentum starts. Quietly, one action at a time. This idea works for everything in life, for dreams, for healing, for becoming a better you. Action is like opening a window in a room that has been closed for a long time. Fresh air comes in. Light enters. You can breathe again. Of course, some days are hard. Your body says move, but your mind says why? On those days, remember, even a very small action is important. Take one deep breath. Wash one cup. Write one line. These are not small things. They are signals to your mind. They say, I am here, I am moving forward. Maybe you just needed someone to tell you this. You do not need to feel strong to begin. You become strong because you began. When you understand this, your life changes. You stop waiting. You stop saying, I will do it when I feel ready. Instead, you say quietly, I will start now. Let the feeling come later. When you live like this, your confidence grows, not because someone praised you, but because you trust yourself more. Every time you act, you send a message to your future self. I can count on you. This is what truly changes your life. I want to tell you a story about myself. There was a time when I always said, I will start one day. I had many ideas. I wanted to record lessons. I wanted to share projects. I wanted to make my dreams real. But every time I thought about starting, I found a reason to wait. I told myself, I need better equipment. I need a perfect plan. I need more time. Deep inside, I was scared. I was afraid that if I tried and failed, it would mean I was not good enough. So I stayed in the same place. I was busy, but I did nothing important. I dreamed, but I never acted. Every day, the space between my dreams and my actions grew bigger and louder. Then one evening, after another day of thinking and waiting, I sat alone in front of my computer. The light from the screen was bright in the dark room. I felt tired of waiting. I said out loud, Jenny, you have been waiting for years. What are you really waiting for? The room was silent. Suddenly, something inside me changed. It was a good change. I realized that nothing would ever feel perfectly ready. If I did not move that night, I might never start. So I recorded my first podcast episode. It was late at night. I was nervous. My hands were cold. My voice was not steady. I used a simple microphone. I had no special lights. My confidence was weak, like a small candle in the wind, but I did it. It was not perfect. It was far from perfect. But when I pressed the stop button, I felt different. For the first time, I was not waiting anymore. I was doing. That one small moment became the seed for everything I have today. Looking back now, I see how small that first step was, but it was so powerful. The next day, it was easier to record again. The day after that, it was even easier. Slowly, action became my normal habit. Fear was replaced by consistency. Sometimes I think, what if I had kept waiting? Maybe I would still be preparing. Maybe I would still be wishing for courage. And all the people who now listen to my podcast, who learn English with me, might never have heard my voice. This thought reminds me, when you delay your start, you do not just lose time, you lose the lives you could have touched, you lose the person you could have become. Maybe you are in the same quiet space I was in once. You are standing between your dreams and your actions. You tell yourself, I will start when life is calmer, when I have more energy, more money, more clarity. But sometimes, waiting for more means you give less to your life right now. The truth is, beginning never feels brave. It feels messy and uncertain. It feels awkward. But that is exactly why it is important. It shows you are human. It shows you are learning and growing. So, what is the thing you have been holding back? Is it a new skill, a new habit, a difficult conversation? Try starting tonight. Not next week. Not someday. Tonight, do it quietly. Do it even if you are scared. Do it imperfectly. One day, you will look back. You will see that your small, shaky start was the moment your life quietly changed direction. And you will understand something deeper. You were never waiting for the perfect time. You were waiting for the version of you who had the courage to begin. There will always be days when you do not feel like doing anything. Days when your mind says, not today. Days when everything feels heavy. But I have learned something important. If you only act when you feel good, you will never build the life you want. Real growth begins when you act even when you do not feel like it. Feelings come and go, they are like weather. Some days are sunny, some are rainy, but discipline is like a strong house. It keeps you safe in all weather. Discipline is what carries you through difficult feelings. When I started my podcast, I thought passion would always drive me, and at first it did. But passion is like a fire. It can grow small sometimes. There were nights I felt tired. My voice was not strong. I wondered if anyone was listening. But then I reminded myself, showing up is not about being perfect. It is about being consistent. Discipline is not a punishment. It is a quiet promise you make to yourself. It is your decision to move, even when your feelings try to keep you still. And when you keep that promise, something powerful happens. You start to trust yourself more. You stop waiting for motivation. You start relying on the person you are becoming. Discipline teaches you that you can count on yourself. It turns goals into habits. It turns habits into real change. You might not see progress every day, but every time you act, you build inner strength. Imagine if you treated important actions like brushing your teeth. You do it every day, whether you feel like it or not. It is not exciting, but it is reliable. That reliability slowly changes how you see yourself. You stop saying, I wish I could, and start saying, this is what I do. Let's be honest. Discipline does not always feel good. Sometimes it feels boring. Sometimes it feels lonely. But regret also feels bad. and regret costs you much more. When you act with discipline, you might feel tired now. But when you do not act, that tiredness turns into guilt. It becomes a heavy weight you carry. One kind of tiredness makes you stronger. The other kind makes you weaker. Maybe this is what maturity is. Learning to choose the discomfort that builds you up, not the one that breaks you down. Discipline is also a form of kindness to yourself. You are not waiting for a better version of you to magically appear. You are building that person through daily effort. You are saying, I care about my future enough to act today. This does not mean you never rest. It means you keep your promises to yourself, gently but firmly. Small actions done every day are more powerful than big, exciting actions that quickly fade. So next time you do not feel like doing something, remember, you do not need to feel good to do good. You just need to begin. And when you act, even when it is hard, you build something precious that no one can take away: self-respect. You realize you are capable of showing up no matter what. Do not rush. Good things need strong roots first. Keep showing up. Keep moving, one step at a time. Because discipline, not your changing moods, will shape the life of your dreams. Let's take a deep breath together. You have done a lot today, not just by listening, but by thinking about your own life. If you have been waiting for a sign to take action, maybe this is it. Remember, action does not need to be loud or big. Sometimes it is as quiet as opening your notebook, sending that message you've been avoiding, or taking a short walk instead of thinking too much. Small moves create big changes quietly, steadily, faithfully. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be honest with yourself. Ask this simple question: what is one thing I can do right now to move forward? Then do that one thing. You will be surprised how much peace action brings. Because once you start moving, even gently, life begins to meet you halfway. Have you experienced this before? Waiting too long for something, then finally doing it and feeling free? I would love to hear your story in the comments. Your journey might inspire someone else to take their first small step. Now I want you to think about something important. What is that one thing you've been putting off? Maybe it's calling a family member. Maybe it's starting to exercise. Maybe it's learning 5 new English words today. Whatever it is, I want you to imagine how you would feel after doing it. That feeling of "I did it" is waiting for you. Let me tell you about my friend Anna. She wanted to learn how to cook. For months, she watched cooking videos and bought recipe books, but she never actually cooked. She was afraid the food wouldn't taste good. One day, she decided to cook just 1 egg. It was simple. It took 5 minutes. The egg was okay, not perfect, but edible. That one cooked egg became her first step. Now she cooks dinner 3 times a week. She started with 1 egg. What can your 1 egg be? Another friend, Tom, wanted to run a marathon, but he hadn't run since school. Instead of thinking about 42 kilometers, he started by putting on his shoes and walking around his building. Just once. The next day, he walked a little farther. After 2 weeks, he started running for 1 minute during his walk. Now he can run 5 kilometers without stopping. He didn't start by running far. He started by putting on his shoes. Building your action habit, making action a habit is like building a muscle. At first, it feels difficult, but with practice, it becomes stronger and easier. Here's a simple way to start. First, choose one small thing you can do every day. It should be so easy that you can't say no. For example, read 1 page of a book, learn 1 new English word, drink 1 glass of water when you wake up, write 1 sentence in a journal. Second, do it at the same time every day. Maybe after breakfast or before you check your phone in the morning. This helps your brain remember. Third, celebrate your small wins. When you complete your small action, smile and say, "Good job," to yourself. This positive feeling helps you want to continue. Remember, missing one day is okay. Just start again the next day. Be kind to yourself like you would be to a good friend. Some days your mind will fight you. It will say, "Not today," or "This is too hard." When this happens, try these simple tricks. 1. Set a timer for just 5 minutes. Tell yourself you'll only do the activity for 5 minutes. Often, once you start, you'll want to continue. 2. Change your environment. If you don't want to study at your desk, try studying near a window or in a different room. 3. Think about how you'll feel afterwards. Remember that satisfied feeling of having done what you planned. 4. Use the one thing method. Instead of thinking about everything you have to do, just focus on doing one thing right now. Let's make a simple plan together. Complete these sentences. 1. One thing I've been wanting to start is. 2. The smallest first step I can take is. 3. I will do this on daytime. 4. Someone I can share my progress with is. You don't need to share with everyone. Maybe just one friend who will support you, or you can write it in the comments below. I would be happy to be that person for you. When you start taking action, something beautiful happens. Your actions create ripples like a stone thrown into water. Your one small step inspires other steps. Your confidence grows. People around you notice. You become an example without even trying. Maybe your friend sees you learning English and decides to start learning too. Maybe your child sees you reading every day and develops a love for books. Maybe your coworker sees you staying calm under pressure and learns from you. Your actions, no matter how small, can touch lives in ways you may never see. So today, I encourage you to throw your first stone. Make that first small ripple. Don't worry about how big the waves will be, just start. The water will move. You have everything you need to begin right now. You don't need more time, more money, or more confidence to start. You build these things through action. The version of you that you're waiting for, the confident one, the successful one, the happy one, that person is waiting for you to take the first step. Don't make them wait any longer. Start small, start now, start scared if you must, but please start. I believe in you. More importantly, I want you to believe in yourself. You can do this, one step at a time. I'll see you in the comments. I can't wait to hear about your first small step. Goodbye for now, and remember, your journey of 1,000 miles begins with one simple step. Take that step today.
Hey, if you learned something new today, please give this video a like. Write your thoughts in the comments and subscribe to the channel. It only takes a second and it really helps to create more English videos for you. Thank you. See you next time. Bye.